Alright, how can we get the Jurassic Reborn mod? A Minecraft mod that basically adds a ton of different animals, or dinosaurs rather, but like a ton of them. It includes over 87 species of dinosaurs and Cenozoic creatures, plants, fossils, functional vehicles, and a complex system for bringing extinct species back to life. So how can we get this mod? Well, basically we'll head to Jurassic Reborn. As you can see, it has 1.4 million downloads. Came out 5 days ago and was last updated to like 10 days ago. I'm telling you, it's a mod that's recently become pretty popular. These images look like they were made in terra firma craft. No, not these, but this one. And yeah, there we have a bit of the images, and honestly, it's a mod that's spectacular, okay? So we go to Files, then Mod Loaders, and we can select Forge or Neo Forge. In game versions, we have from 121.1 down to 112.2, okay? As I mentioned, it's a pretty old mod, but I think its recent success is due to all the new updates it got during 2025 and the ones it's already had in 2026. Because in 2024, well, 2023, there was one version. 2021, there were 3 versions. Well, there we see why. And then in relations, if we go to Citadel or Gecolib, here we have the 2 dependencies we're going to need, okay? So Files, Mod Loaders, Forge, all versions 121, and same thing, 3 buttons and Get File, and same with Gecolib, alright? We'll save all these mods in Windows + R, App Data, roaming.minecraft, then in the mods folder. This is where we'll be saving it, and that's it. Now we can get started with the mod. Alright, how does the DNA extractor work in Minecraft Jurassic World? Well, basically this lab machine is the first step in the genomics phase. To craft it, we'll need 5 iron ingots, a glass pane, and a DNA analyzer. To make a laser like this and a basic circuit like this. Let's see. To make an advanced circuit, well, like this, and a basic circuit this other way, then we'll need the computer screen. Okay, we know how to make a basic circuit. We'll need a disk drive. I highly recommend you have JEI, because otherwise this is going to be a little crazy. And so it's used to process items like amber, okay? The amber mosquito, I assume the fossilized amber too. What we'll do is place it down, okay? We'll right click and then we put the amber in the top slot here. We'll need an empty storage disk in the bottom slot. Look, this storage disk is empty. You craft it with iron nuggets and basic circuit. Basically, we'd put it right down here, and that's where the DNA extraction process will start, okay? If we check utilities, we can see what it'll give us. A dinosaur type with a certain quality and all. Normally, the disk should come out above 50%. There we have it. And we can add stacks. Well, yes, exactly, that's right. It'll take some time, I think around a minute, minute and a half, maybe. Yeah, there we have it. Alright, how does the cleaning station work? Well, basically, to use this block, we'll need to craft it first, 3 ingots, 2 iron blocks, a bucket, 2 redstone, and so on. And basically, its function is to clean encased fossils and turn them into assorted fauna bones. We need to put in a fossil, and it'll also need water, okay? Let's check it out. There it is. I've placed the water, and here we have the item. It's encased fossil, okay? The type of item we need to put in, all the ones that are encased, I'll show you what they look like visually, okay? So that's what we need to place. And there, as you can see, it's giving us, I believe, the different parts of the fossil itself. It's also important to keep in mind the output slots. There are only 6, okay? If we put a hopper underneath, we can also limit it, and also important, don't run out of water, okay? So yeah, that's how the cleaning station works. It lets us start getting parts of some dinosaurs, okay? Which, as you can see, we can place, and I assume we'll be able to assemble later on and such. Alright, how does the fossil grinder work in Minecraft with Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically, you craft it with orange dye, grey dye, reinforced stone, iron blades, and grey dye. I should mention this recipe is changed over time, so I recommend using GI. And how does it work? Well, it's basically used to grind plant fossils. So, theoretically, petrified logs. Let me try it out. Ah, look, you just put it in there and it starts going. No need for anything, no redstone or anything. We have a chance to find or get a tissue sample when we're doing this process, but the action has a margin of error and can fail, giving us waste items like flint or bone dust, as we're seeing here. And there we have, for example, a calamite soft tissue, okay? A tissue sample, right? Then with a disc in a DNA sequencer, we could get the plant itself. It's called calamitous. And we could plant the calamitous too, right? Let's see what it looked like. Oh, there it is. Hey, pretty cool actually, huh? Gotta say, it looks really interesting. All right, how does the DNA sequencer work in Minecraft with Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically, this advanced unit requires 3 ingots. Well, it requires, let's see, 3 iron ingots, 3 DNA analyzers, a computer screen, which is made like this, and a disk drive. I recommend you have the JEI mod. Basically, as we can see, it has 3 parallel sequencer lines, which lets you process up to 3 soft tissue samples simultaneously. Basically, you insert the sample and an empty storage disk, like with the like with the DNA extractor, okay? Then basically we'd place the discs, and as you can see, I can't put the amber, okay? That's for the DNA extractor. I understand that what we can put in are the soft tissues. There it is, okay? And the cool thing is we can put them all at once. We can put 3 at a time and process them more quickly. I also understand, let me see if there's, right, there's also soft tissue from animals, okay? In case we manage to get it, okay? I've put plants here, but there are animals too. And it's also important that the result, if we use the DNA extractor, will be above 50%, since it ultimately comes from amber. But if we use soft tissue, the probability doesn't really start at 50% anymore, but rather from 1 to 100, okay? So we have a chance of getting a lower quality fossil. So yeah, that's how it works. All right, how the DNA combiner works. It's crafted with 2 computer screens, a basic circuit, a disk drive, and 2 iron. This block has 2 functions: combiner mode, which lets you merge 2 DNA disks of the same species that have less than 100% quality. Okay, for example, these 2 should combine, right? Combinator. Oh, they're merging, but it's super slow, huh? And we can also switch. Oh no, if we go to the other tab, we lose what we're doing. And then we have the hybridizer, which basically lets you mix 100% quality discs from different species to create hybrid creatures like the Indominus or the Raptor squad, consuming the original discs in the process. Obviously, we'll use this for utilities. Well, the combinator, we can already see it. We put in 2 quality discs and get one with better quality. This doesn't have much more. But the hybridizer, for example, if we wanted to have an Indominus, we'd need to mix a THERIZINOSAURUS, a CARNOTAURUS, a MAJUNGASAURUS, RUGOPS, GIGANTO, GIGANOTOSAURUS, BLUE, a TYRANNOSAURUS, of course, I mean. And all this just to get the Indominus. Let's see. Let's see what the Indominus looks like. There are 2 colors, huh? Let's go with the dark one. Watch out. Nah, I think it looks pretty friendly. Do they attack each other? Yeah, right. I think they attack each other. There it is, and then there's the white one. Nah, completely friendly. This thing's running at me, isn't it? Damn, it's fast. Oh my god, it's really running. Coming straight at me. Oh my god, it's really coming. Well, there you have it. Alright, so how does the DNA synthesizer work? Well, basically, first you craft it with 5 iron ingots, 2 advanced circuits, a disk drive, and a computer screen. And it's basically the final step in genomics. When you place a DNA disk at 100%, okay, with 100% quality, which we could get, for example, with the DNA combinator, if we're a bit patient, what we'll get is, look, we put in a disk, an empty tube. Okay, the tube is made with 2 glass, and then the DNA nucleotide. DNA nucleotides is basically just a water bottle, no, a cooked water bottle, and that's it. Seriously. Okay, well, there we have it. And this way we'll get the dinosaur's DNA. And then the big advantage is that the DNA disk, won't be consumed, so we can use it as an infinite template and use it to get other elements too. Look, here we have 52% quality, okay? And we could combine it with this 17 and get, well, a better quality disk. The truth is, the mod is pretty interesting, to say the least. I don't know how easy or hard it is to get the fossils, but I'm really liking the concept, honestly. Now, maybe playing in a world where there's a creature walking around like this one isn't so cool. It's possible. Well, there we have it. All right. How does the embryonic machine work in Minecraft with Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically this block requires the following elements: 2 iron nuggets, 2 iron ingots, glowstone dust, 3 stone buttons, and a piston. Basically what this machine does is take the DNA tube we got from the DNA synthesizer, along with a syringe, which is this item here, and a petri dish. Basically what it's going to produce is a syringe containing the dinosaur DNA we're putting in. In other words, it turns the test tube into physical material. And for plants, it also produces a plant callus that can be planted in moist soil. Okay, so there we have it. Alright, how does the embryo grader work? Well, basically this element here is made with 4 iron rods, an iron block, a basic circuit, and a keyboard. And what's it for? Well, it's used exclusively for species that hatch from external eggs like reptiles and birds. Basically, we need to insert the species syringe in the top slot and a normal Minecraft chicken egg in the bottom slot. And the machine will inject the material, giving us back the dinosaur egg. Got it? Well, as you can see, there are tons of dinosaurs that are reptiles, so this is a process we'll probably have to repeat many times, especially if we want dinosaurs, of course. There we have it. Alright, how does the cultivator work? And basically, I want you to see all the different types of cultivators we have. We have them in all colors, and you craft them with glass panes in whatever color you want. 3 iron ingots and a redstone comparator. And basically, this machine handles gestation for mammals and marine species. As you can see here on the bottom panel, it has a temperature meter. Setting it to red ensures a male, yellow gives you a female, and in the center it's random. We need to feed it by putting food like potatoes or carrots in the nutrient slot here until the bars fill up, which will start the gestation. Okay, let's also take a look. I think we need to grab, look, the dodo egg. Let's see. The thing is, this is an egg. I don't know if it'll work, huh? Dodo egg. Okay, no. This one doesn't work. Alright, let's grab the Crassigyrinus. This one doesn't have an egg, okay? So we place it in. As you can see, we can add water. Oh, look, we select if we want it male, random, or female, okay? You can't put lava in it, okay? Important. We put it there, fill it all with water, and now it'll ask us for nutrients, okay? So if I go to Dal here, let's grab nutrients potato, and we start adding the nutrients, right? I think I got really motivated, right? Well, basically, we'd fill this up with nutrients. I assume once this thing is processed, we'll still have access to the nutrients, and basically it shows progress, okay? And basically, it's going to be progressing little by little until I get the gestated Crassigyrinus, okay? This isn't useful for anything else anymore, so we'd already have it here, and I assume we right-click it, and there we have it, okay? The Crassigyrinus minion, which ends up being, pay attention, ends up being this thing here. Oh, well, it's not very big either. Okay, so there we have it. Alright, how does the incubator work in Minecraft Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically to build it, we'll need the following crafting recipe. Basically, 2 glass blocks, 3 iron, 3 comparators, and a keyboard. And how does the interface work? Well, we can adjust the temperature. If we set it to yellow, it'll hatch female. If we set it to red, it'll hatch male. And if we set it in the middle, it'll be a bit random. Basically, it lets us incubate all the dinosaur eggs we've been able to get so far. So, with the cultivator, we'd be growing those animals that are mammals or mammalian dinosaurs. And with the incubator, we'd be growing, well, I'm saying growing, but you get what I mean, right? We'd be incubating the eggs of those animals that are reptiles or cetaceans, whatever. Well, more like fish than cetaceans. So yeah, there we have it. Alright, how does the feeder work? Well, basically this block automates feeding. So if we have a dinosaur park, it's crafted with 2 iron trapdoors, 2 iron ingots, 3 cobblestone, a chest, and a dispenser. Basically, if we right-click, the interface pops up here. And the red slots need to be filled with meat, like pork, chicken, for carnivores, and the green ones with crops for herbivores. It creates an attraction radius of 32 by 32 by 32 blocks, automatically dispensing food when the animal's hunger meter is low. So yeah, that's how the feeder works. Alright, how do you use the assembly table in Minecraft with Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically, to decorate our museum, we need this table, okay? Let's look at the crafting recipe. 1 lapis lazuli, a slab, a fence, low security fence wire, 2 papers, and a crafting table. And what's this table for? Well, basically, it lets us get any, okay, as we're seeing here, any fossilized skeleton. What's this good for? Well, if we have a skeleton, for example, Brachiosaurus, if we right click, we can place it and see it visually, nothing more, nothing less, okay? Making it look, by the way, spectacular. Important. We need to place the pattern correctly, and there we have it. Alright, how do we get the mosquito in amber? Well, basically, this is a vital item for extracting dinosaur genetics from terrestrial species, and you get it by mining the amber ore block. It's this element right here. It's found underground, and once we get the result in a DNA extractor with a disc, we can extract whose DNA it is from the result. So there we have it. Alright, how do you get acid amber? Well, basically, just like mosquito amber, you find it by mining amber minerals too. And the key difference is that acid amber, when processed in the DNA extractor, will exclusively produce DNA from extinct flora species like prehistoric plants, which we then combine with cells and petri dishes to revive the park's vegetation and all that. Okay? Well, use a DNA sequencer, whatever. So there you have it. Alright, how do you get the sea lamprey? Here we have it. The sea lamprey is really important for getting aquatic monsters. You get it by mining ice shard ore blocks. You might think this ore spawns in water, but I'm not totally sure, okay? Actually, it's pretty likely it spawns in normal caves and stuff. And basically, we'll have the sea lamprey. We're going to put this in a DNA extractor and get the disc with the animal's DNA. Alright, how do we use the plaster and bandage? Basically, this item is required before mining most fossil minerals and fauna. We need to select it in our hotbar and right click on the fossil block in the cave. Okay, let's grab the fossil block here, fossilized. And I assume it's referring to one of these, right? The flora fossil, deep slate flora fossil, okay? Oops, there it is. Well, theoretically, using this, right clicking with this, will turn the fossil into a cave fossil, okay? And if we try to mine a fossil block without applying this first, the mineral will break and we'll lose the genetic material, okay? In this case, I think it's because I'm placing it directly myself. It won't let me apply it. I'm not sure, huh? But you get what I mean? It's not a block with that code. It needs to already be coded with this. So anyway, there we have it. That's how it works. Alright, how to use the tranquilizer gun. Well, basically, it's an essential tool for park control in case we need it. Basically, to use it, we need to have darts in our inventory. Here we have the different dart types. As you can see, there's tranquilizer dart, poison dart, lethal dart, potion effect dart, and the tracking dart, which lets you track where your creature is with a compass, okay? And there we have all the crafting recipes. Pretty easy and pretty cheap. And basically, what does it do? Well, we click like this. Basically, when it hits a dinosaur, it won't cause lethal damage, but instead applies an extreme sedation effect, forcing it into a deep sleep state. And this is vital if any creature escapes or tries to break the fence or simply comes at us to attack us, whatever. Alright, how can we use the Minecraft shotgun with Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically, it's the most destructive firearm against escape threats. We need ammo in our inventory, and you load it with right click. I understand the ammo is these bullets, okay? They're crafted like this. Pretty expensive. Alright, I'll summon an iron golem. Let's see the damage. Takes away 5 health. Let's see. There are several more weapons besides this one, so let's test them out. We have the Remington, the UTS. Let's try the Glock. The Glock takes away 2 health. We have the Remington, which takes it from 81 down to 65, so that's 16 health points. And then we have the UTS, which, check this out, also 16. No, a little less, right? So the best one is definitely the Remington, no doubt about it. But obviously the Remington doesn't have the same fire rate as this UTS, as we're seeing. So anyway, the weapon crafting recipes are these, okay? So they're pretty cheap weapons, as long as we have gold and iron available, of course. So there you go, that's how it works. Alright, so basically how the Ford Explorer works. So basically this is the iconic vehicle from the original Jurassic Park, I think. And when you get close, the doors open, okay? You see they open by themselves, and we just right click to get in. It can also move through blocks and rotate too, as we can see. We can run over and damage mobs in our way. And there's also a white version for snow biomes, okay? It actually feels pretty good, maybe a bit stiff, but the driving feels nice. Doesn't seem to have any boost or anything, it's just the Ford and that's it. As for inventory, there doesn't seem to be any either. We have the crafting, which is this here, the unfinished car, the unchained system. I recommend you use cheats. I don't know if the trunk opens, doesn't look like it, and theoretically we should be able to sit in back, right? I guess if there are multiple players or whatever. So there we have it. Alright, how does the helicopter work in Minecraft with Jurassic World Reborn? Well, basically, it's the ultimate exploration vehicle. It lets you fly and navigate the Minecraft map in true 3 dimensions. Let's see, with space it seems to turn on a bit, or at least everything starts spinning. Space is to go up and control will be to go down. The thing is, since I have it assigned to another button, look, we've got the Jurassic Reborn vehicle now. Oh, we have music stations, we can switch seats with R, we can dismount a Microraptor and it says helicopter down. Well, we could change this, right? Helicopters up, helicopter zoom, zoom out, rotate, helicopter Q and E, okay? Let's see, there it turns on. E, Q, okay, there it rotates, as we can see. And with the E, with the keys, as you see, we can change the rotation, right? I don't know if you're seeing it, but anyway. Watch out, there's a dinosaur there who's not too happy about my flyby, eh? Theoretically, you can zoom in, but I don't know if I'm doing this right. But anyway, so yeah, I have to say I changed the key, but no, it's not it doesn't work. And it looks like it can also explode, okay? I'm going to check that now. I say that because smoke was coming out, but it really looks like it. There it is. Oh, I thought it was going to be a more interesting explosion. Then basically the crafting is this one here. So yeah, now everyone can just do whatever they want. But pretty cool. Alright, so here we have the Megalodon. How can we find it? Well, this massive aquatic predator is spawned through marine cloning. Funny thing is, the mod doesn't have a complete skeleton for the Megalodon, and it does have an action figure, the Megalodon action figure, which lets you create a male and a female. Let's see, random, no, male. This one's a female and this one's a male. Difference? No, I don't see it. But man, it's an absolute titan. Obviously, I don't think these things spawn naturally, okay? We're just spawning them all ourselves. And there you have it. There you can see it, right? So yeah, it has size variants too, which vary drastically between males and females. I guess that must be the difference. Let's see male. Check out the male. Okay, this is the male, and female is this one here. Let's see the size. Looks the same to me, sorry, but well, there we have them. Alright, so here we have the Leviathan. How can we find the Leviathan? Well, basically it's a giant marine mammal, similar to a prehistoric sperm whale, and it's... Whoa, 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 they're fighting each other there. No, Leviathan, defend yourself, dude. Hey, the Megalodon takes away health, huh? The Megalodon takes away health. Basically, males have a distinctive pale white color, while females have darker tones and require extremely deep pools to swim freely without getting stuck. Truth is, these creatures are a bit too big, huh? Gotta say it, this one's dead, right? This one already died. There it is, so yeah, there you have them. Alright, so here we have the PATAGOTITAN. Basically, the PATAGOTITAN, as you can see, is one of the most colossal creatures in the mod. It's an astronomically sized herbivore and comes in 3 main texture variants. This light brown tone, dark brown, and this slightly more greenish color. Due to its massive height, it's going to need enclosures, okay? That span multiple dozens of blocks to accommodate a pair. But there we have them. They also have their own skeleton, their own fossil skeleton. Look, there it is, so you can see it. I mean, pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Alright, so here we have the MAIASAURA. This is a classic hadrosaur with a very detailed model, and it has 3 color patterns, okay? We've got this more greenish one, this grayer one, and well, there was another one. Ah, that's the black one, right? Which wandered off, by the way. This other one, alright? The females don't have the striped pattern on the tail, okay? And they have a special idle animation where they sit and rest with their mouths open and such. Well, right now we can't see it, but here we have this creature. It has meat. Well, I'm not going to go over each individual aspect, just showing you the mobs a bit. Alright, so over here we have the ENDOCERAS. It's one of those giant aquatic cephalopod creatures that stands out for its massive, elongated, cone-shaped shell and large, detailed tentacles at the front. It's an underwater beast, with colors that vary from brown for males and theoretically lighter green for the females, although honestly I don't really see much difference. Also, its fossils include... Let's place it here. They're like this, okay? I mean, it's literally its skeleton, so there we have them. Alright, so here we have the CAMEROCERAS. Basically similar to the ENDOCERAS, this is an extinct marine predator of immense proportions with large eyes positioned at the base of its tentacles. And it's a deep water predator. Like other marine creatures, it doesn't interact with traditional land feeders and requires the player to manually supply live animals or fish in the water to feed it, okay? Plus, it has its skeleton, which is also pretty impressive. There it is with the shell. And the action figure, right? We've got the action figure too. So yeah, that's it. All right, so here we have the Giganotosaurus. We're talking about. This one looks pretty carnivorous, huh? It has different colors. Okay, it has white, black, and I think this brownish tone too. And yeah, as you can see, they travel in groups, huh? From what we're seeing, it's called Giganotosaurus. It's a remodeled carnivorous theropod that rivals the T-Rex. It has a gigantic head with lethal fangs and is extremely aggressive, though fortunately in recent versions, the male and female variations, the female being much darker, can coexist without killing each other. So yeah, they used to kill each other before, can you imagine? Well, I'm telling you, their footsteps are really loud. And yeah, if you run into one of these or spawn one, be careful, seriously. So there you have it. Alright, so over here we have the THERIZINOSAURUS, okay? This creature here, 43 health. It's about to be attacked by those giants. Basically, it's a bizarre herbivorous theropod with bright red eyes and front claws that are meters long, and the remodeled version is imposing and huge. However, mechanically, its attacks against small mobs had bugs and they removed the attack, so it doesn't attack any small mobs anymore. Well, I mean, it still attacks them, but it's not recommended because it basically one-shots them and stuff like that. But anyway, here we have this pretty cool animal. It has its action figure, right? And it also has its skeleton. So pretty cool. There we have it. Alright, so here we have the EDMONTOSAURUS, this creature that looks like it has a bird-like beak or almost like a duck's. Well, it's basically a standard grazing herbivore and only comes with two base skins, this one and the other one, okay? They're pretty similar. It poses no threat, making it perfect for the park's large plains. And also, basically, if we look here, we've got the action figure, and we've got the pretty interesting skeleton. It honestly looks like a saber-toothed cat, except of course it has these shovel-like things instead of fangs, but there you have it. Alright, so here we have the CORYTHOSAURUS. This skin is almost radioactive, right? Oh my god, wow. These skins are so cool, right? Obviously it wasn't like this in real life, but... Or maybe it was, I don't know, but I doubt it. It basically stands out for its bony crest on the head, as we're seeing here, and the remodeled versions have incredibly vibrant colors. We can see, as you're looking at, light blue, green, and yellow. Females generally have more neutral colors, or lack the neon tones of the males. Wait, but what about this green one? Look, these are females, okay? You can tell because their skin is a bit more bluish and stuff. So there we have them. Plus they have action figures. Male, female. Yeah, man, the female seems to be bigger than the male too. And they also have the skeleton. So yeah, the female is noticeably larger than the male, but when you spawn them, it doesn't look like it, does it? Female. And now I'm going to put a male next to it. Doesn't look like it, huh? Oh, yeah. No, I don't see it. I mean, yeah, I do see it a little bigger, but not as much as this one here. But anyway, there we have it. Alright, so here we have the LAMBEOSAURUS. This one, like the CORYTHOSAURUS, is a large crested hadrosaur, and the mod is limited to 2 base skins to represent the sexes, okay? And honestly, they don't vary all that much. As you can see, we've got this color and this other more greenish one, and that's it. They prefer to live in herds and need to be kept away from any medium or large predators. I imagine they won't defend themselves much since they're herbivores. So there you have it. It's got this skeleton, okay? Pretty cool, and this action figure, okay? Alright, so here we have the DUNKLEOSTEUS. Basically, it's the armored king of the ancient seas. It's a colossal broadfish protected by bony plates instead of regular teeth. Its size when summoned, as you can see, requires industrial aquariums, and it makes loud crunching sounds when eating fish or entities in the water. I really wonder if this creature could beat the Megalodon, at least in size, I mean. Here we have some. I'm going to place it. Of course, the fish get distracted, right? But hey, the Megalodon is still bigger, but it's close, huh? Close call with the fish, you know? Can you imagine a fish like this? And well, it has this action figure, and it has the bone that you see, like the front part is completely covered in bone. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know to what extent the fossils are accurate representations or not. I honestly have no idea. I understand there are also many creatures that are somewhat fictional to kind of follow the Jurassic Park saga, but I don't know how realistic the real ones are or not. I have no idea, no idea. I assume they are, mainly because it seems easier to follow something that's already created than to rack your brain creating something from scratch. I mean, no, I don't really see the logic either. But anyway, there we'd have it. Alright, so here we have the DILOPHOSAURUS, a medium-sized carnivore, famous for its frill and venom. And basically in the mod's internal mechanics, it's a nocturnal predator. It sleeps during the day with resting animations, and at nightfall / time, set midnight, it goes out to hunt. There we go. Watch closely. Which one's gonna fall first? Here we go. Whoa, these guys are asleep, huh? Right now they look pretty calm, huh? Will they attack the skeletons? A little pig. Oh man, they're going after the pig. Oh my god, look how they opened up. Look at them go. So there you have it, they start salivating to generate venom. Look, in fact, they attacked this one. Nausea and blindness. I guess they're trying to attack from a distance. That's a bit weird, huh? They're not hitting, I can tell you that. Ah, now they are. Now they are. They're taking bites here and there. It's a bit hard to see since there's no animation, but anyway, there we have it, alright? Has an action figure, this one here, which unfortunately doesn't show it open, and then the bone, okay? So we can see what the creature looks like. So pretty cool. Alright, so here we have the Stegosaurus. Basically, this animal is the classic armored herbivore tank with backplates and tail spikes. And basically, as you see, we've got different colors, the tail spikes and all that. No, it doesn't seem to have... Well, it looks like it does have different skins, right? The thing is, I don't... Oh, look, there we can see it. There we can see it. The males and females are different, okay? As you see, they defend themselves. Also something important. And yeah, there we have them. It's got a little action figure. Oh man, wow, the frames are dropping hard. It's got a little action figure, this one here, and its skeleton, which is next, okay? It's also got this bluish line for some reason, I don't know. But hey, very cool. There goes the Stegosaurus. Alright, so this cool dinosaur here is the TROODON. Basically, it's a tiny theropod, but lethal and terrifying. It has a unique mechanic where its eyes glow intensely in the dark. Let's see, I put it there at night and, yep, okay, they do glow. They make some pretty unique sounds. I'm going to get pretty far away from here because I think there are too many dinosaurs, and theoretically they're carnivores, so they'll at least attack a chicken, right? There it is. And unless provoked, they sleep during daylight hours in their biomes. Okay, I don't know if they'd attack the player. I have no idea. Yeah, now. Okay, I get it. So, yeah, there we have it. It also comes with an action figure, okay? And with a little skeleton. I'm telling you, it's a bit scary listening to it. So, yeah, there we have it. Alright, so here we have the Majungasaurus, a clearly carnivorous creature that just took down this thing. How much health did it take? Can anyone tell me? Because it killed it in two bites, right? It takes 20 health per bite. One hit, wow, almost 14 or so. So yeah, the Majungasaurus is a medium-sized carnivorous theropod characterized by its flat snout, and it has a small horn on its head, well, small horns all over, all along its back, and even on its head there's a little horn. If not tamed, it will attack on sight and can quickly unleash chaos if it encounters defenseless herbivore herds. So yeah, there we have it. The action figure is this one, okay? And the bone is this one here. Pretty interesting. Alright, so here we have the Archaeovator, basically a large feathered raptor, theoretically. The main variant is white, okay? It's fast, agile, and like all theropod carnivores in the mod, it's aggressive toward the player and standard Minecraft animals. Its skeleton also looks like this. So it's super cool and has a little action figure, which is next. So, oh look, yeah, this one does have feathers. This one here does have feathers or hairs. But anyway, there we have it. Now let's see how this super cool mob looks. Alright, so here we have the alligator gar. Basically, it's a prehistoric freshwater fish. Like other fish, if you take it out of a water bucket, it'll start flopping on the ground, taking suffocation damage. Basically, this guy's going to attack all kinds of mobs, okay? This is what its skeleton looks like. Well, it'll attack all kinds of mobs, and here's its action figure. It'll attack all kinds of mobs that are in the water, obviously, okay? Here I put it outside, and as you can see, well, it's just a matter of time before it dies, okay? So, yeah, there we have them, okay? To feed them, as always, you just throw fish to them. Alright, so here we have the Allosaurus, a clearly peaceful creature. Jokes aside, this is a massive Jurassic predator that even attacks other carnivores. And it's very similar to a Tyrannosaurus rex, but with distinctive bony crests above the eyes, slightly longer arms with 3 fingers, and as an apex carnivore it requires high security fences and reinforced blocks, okay? It's going to attack everything in its path. Let's go. Oh, it's running away, huh? It's running away because this little one is attacking it. There was a little one here. I don't know where it is. This little one I think is attacking it. Or maybe it's the baby. I don't know. I don't know which one, but this one is super fast. Basically, the skeleton is this one here, okay? Pretty cool. And it has a little action figure, so there you have them. Alright, so these tiny little critters here are the Alvarezsaurus. Basically one of the smallest dinosaurs in the mod. It's literally the size of a chicken. Their little arms are reduced to a single giant claw, and they run quickly through the grass, so fences should go all the way to the ground, or they could escape through any small gaps in our enclosure. Now, as a fun fact, does this little guy attack me? Well, no, it doesn't look like it. So there you go. We'd have ourselves a tiny mini pet dinosaur. But I'm telling you, any creature that spots it, especially carnivores, is gonna make sure it doesn't stick around. So keep that in mind. It obviously has a bone, well, a skeleton rather, which is this one. Okay? Pretty cool, and a super miniature action figure. Alright, here we have one of the most iconic dinosaurs, the Ankylosaurus. And the mod creator has obviously taken full advantage and done an amazing job with it. Here we have a fully armored walking tank, and the Ankylosaurus needs a vegetable-rich diet supplied from the feeder. And because of its tail club, even though it won't attack players unless necessary, it takes up a large hitbox on the ground, okay? It needs plenty of fresh water, at least 3x3 pools to keep its thirst meter stable. So yeah, if you look, this is the skeleton. Honestly, one of the most detailed and incredible skeletons I've seen. And I love it. Honestly, I love this creature, okay? It has some skins, okay? As you can see, there's green, there's blue. So anyway, I don't know if we'll get the chance. Look, there we have the blue one, the dark one, blue. Well, there you have a few of the skins, and it's super amazing. Alright, so here we have the Apatosaurus. Basically a gigantic colossal sauropod comparable to Brachiosaurus or Patagotitan. It requires a huge amount of crops to feed, and its fossils are found in Jurassic layers. It makes a massive rumble when walking across the map, and yeah, it's really loud and causes insane amounts of lag if you hatch too many in the same enclosure due to its model's polygon count, okay? Well, let me show you the skeleton while I'm at it. Okay, there it is. I mean, a gigantic skeleton worthy of being right in your house's main room. And then we have the action figure, which, as you can see, comes in different colors. I won't show many because, like I said, I already have way too many dinosaurs in this area, but it can have 2 colors, alright? So super interesting, and there we have it. Alright, so this creature is the Arsinoitherium. It's a majestic Cenozoic mammal, similar to a rhino with two massive parallel horns on its snout. And unlike reptiles, this one doesn't hatch from an egg. We need to process its syringe directly in the cultivator machine, filling up the food bars and everything. They're robust creatures with a very dark greyish color. And yeah, that's the skeleton. I think it's herbivorous. I'm not totally sure, but given that it's not attacking anything, and it has different skins as we're seeing and different sizes, okay? Theoretically, females can change. They can change size between versions. The ancient females were smaller. And there can be some pretty big creatures, or at least some pretty big action figures. Look, look, look. The male is quite a bit larger than the... Look, those two are pretty different in size, and in health too. So yeah, there we have them. Alright, so here we have the baryonyx, okay? This is a semi-aquatic fish-eating carnivore. It stands out for its long snout like a crocodile's. Let's put it over here and see how it does. Let's see how it swims. Man, it's not doing anything, eh? Nothing at all. Don't know if it'll eat these fish, but there it is, huh? Honestly, it's kind of creepy. Looks like a snake. Anyway, we can feed it by putting fish in feeders or tossing fish to it, okay? As we can see, this is the skeleton. Super cool, the skeleton. And here's the action figure right here, okay? So we can also check out the different skins and stuff. There they are, okay? Obviously, it has 4 or 5 skins that change the color a bit. Well, at the end of the day, it's just a skin, right? So there we have it, okay? This is the creature. All right, so here we have the Beelzebufo. This is an extinct amphibian that basically acts like a giant prehistoric toad. It usually comes in green and brown tones and makes some impressive jumps. We need a terrarium with high water saturation, and as amphibians, their metabolism and diet consist of small fish that can fit in their enormous jaws. Okay? They make quite a bit of noise. Frog sounds? Well, it's also true there are 40,000 frogs right now, but hey, they're pretty amusing. And it seems other dinosaurs don't eat them for some reason I don't understand. So there we have it. Let's take a look at what the fossil skeleton looks like. But we weren't expecting this at all. So yeah, there we have it. Alright, so here we have Blue. Okay, he ran off a little bit. Blue is basically a specific dinosaur from the Jurassic Park film franchise, and he's part of the Raptor squad. It's created using the hybrid genetics disc. So we have to generate this one. Okay, with the blue dinosaur, you can extract DNA or get it with a DNA sequence, right? Yeah. Okay, mixing a blue and a Charlie gets you a blue. How? No. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we can unlock it through there. But anyway, they're carnivores, they're aggressive, and when tamed by the player who places the egg, you can use the follow command to have them protect you. So yeah, this is the pretty interesting bone and the blue action figure. Okay, like I said, the only thing that changes is the size. The skin is always the same. Alright, now the Chasmosaurus. Basically to wrap up, so yeah. Well, just to emphasize that there are, as I mentioned, 87 species, and we've covered a ton. I think almost no one will have made it to this part of the video. Comment, I made it this far if you have. But basically the Chasmosaurus, here it is. It's a quadrupedal ceratopsid with a huge bony frill on its head and small horns. When placed in a flat biome, it'll graze peacefully, and its head animations are unique when walking. It's vulnerable to medium carnivores due to its smaller mass compared to a full Triceratops, so it should be kept in separate armored steel enclosures. So there we have it, a mini Triceratops. And like I said, there are tons and tons and tons more models. It's just more dinosaurs. It's a super complete mod. I'm going to grab this here, just a moment to place it. Change model to custom, and check this out. Look at all these dinosaurs, huh? Look, we've got tons of them, tons. Look, there's a mammoth over there. We haven't seen this one yet. There's a giant elephant. Oh, that one, that flying one, so cool. This one right here. Now, I mean, there's everything, and honestly, we haven't even covered most of them. I'm serious, we haven't even covered most of them. Look at all these, have you seen them? Right? Just imagine it. Imagine, oh my god, this creature. Oh my god, this creature. Okay, so keep in mind that we're missing tons of creatures, and there's so much to discover. I'm saying this so nobody thinks it's just this, or that the mod is simply missing some animal. No way, no way. This mod isn't missing anything. So yeah, just wanted to point that out, okay? But I'm telling you, as a mod, I think it's incredible, you know? Incredible. Oh my god, and this carnivorous beast, how crazy, right? So anyway, as always in the description, if you're interested in artificial intelligence, you can check it out. There's a gift for you. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the guide and see you in future videos. Bye. Bye.